Hey guys, it's Joe. I just want to talk about the evolution of rares in the world of Warcraft, and kind of explain why, up to this point anyway, I have not done any rares guides for Warlords of Draenor, and why I did so many extensive ones for Mist of Pandaria. That being the case, let's start from the beginning, at least my beginning. I played 6 months of vanilla, but I don't really remember the rares all that much, but the rares in BC I remember it distinctly. First thing is, they were truly rare. The spawn times for them were hours and hours, and you really you had to wait, camp, or put a character out there, or just keep coming back to check on it and see if it happened to be up. When it came up and you were able to kill it, it was exciting, it was engaging, you were like, oh my god, it's finally up. It wasn't like it is now. It, it wasn't an hour spawn time like in Mist of Pandaria, for that matter, a minute or so, or whatever else for these leveling rares in Warlords of Draenor. They were truly rare. The other thing that I really liked about them, they had achievements attached to them. Not just for killing one, which you did get, but then, of course, killing them all, you get the ultimate achievement for them. And that was what was great about those rares. There was a bigger picture, and for achievement hunters, which there's a lot of you out there going for every point you can get, that was important. That was a reason to go back, despite whether you were in that content anymore or if you were a couple expansions out. Same thing goes with Wrath of the Lich King. Same exact scenario. The rares were very rare, and the achievements were the exact same sort of thing. You got one rare for killing one rare that way, and then the ultimate one for killing them all. And of course, we had the Time Lost Protodrake, the ultimate, in my opinion, of rares. I tried to hunt that thing on the PT, or the beta, actually, in Warlords, just to see if I could get some footage of it, just to see if I could see it flying around for the first time. And despite nobody being out there and my best efforts to get it to spawn, by killing Viragosa and all that stuff, I never did even see it. So that is a very big time rare, and of course it gives a mount. That is the ultimate in rares. Then we come to Cataclysm, where there were a handful of rares, no achievements attached to them, and they dropped gear. Now don't get me wrong, the other rares in BC and in Wrath, they didn't drop anything really of any kind of importance either, but they at least had the achievement attached to them. There is no emphasis, there is no reason at this point in the game, even really barely into Cataclysm, to go after the rares of Cata. They're just, the gear they dropped was obsolete within minutes, and there was nothing else attached to them. So they became just completely nondescript, boring, and nothing that you really care about. Now, to be fair, there was ANX, I guess that's how it's pronounced, the one that was in Deep Home that did drop the mount, but that was the exception to the rule for the most part. I don't believe there's any others that I'm missing, but for the most part, yeah, that was Cata. There was just nothing really fun or interesting, and that was what was great about Mist of Pandaria. When they did BlizzCon, they specifically said they wanted to go back to old school gameplay with the new tech, and when I saw that they were doing the rares the way they were doing them, that's why I made the rares guides. As much as I wanted to make guides for you guys, I more than anything, the reason I made the first one was to be like, look guys, they're getting it right. They're going back to BC and going back to Wrath and attaching achievements to them. Not only that, but they're also giving vanity items that are somewhat fun toys. And of course, now we have account-wide toys. And you know, that wasn't even in my mind then. But still, these things are, there's reasons to go back and hunt these things down after all this time. And that's why I made those guides. I specifically wanted to just shout to the rooftops. They're getting Mist of Pandaria right, and here is one bit of evidence. Now, Warlords of Draenor, you guys have seen it. I've had conversations with the devs about these rares. You have these leveling rares. Let's be honest. What's rare about a minute spawn time? And then they drop gear again. No achievements attached to them. I don't understand why we're going backwards. I don't understand why we've gone away from what makes rares fun and interesting, engaging, and something that you will have kind of replayability on, you know, coming back on not multiple tombs, not so much, but, you know, even now, going back into, if you go into the next expansion, you'll come back, or you would come back to Draenor, potentially, for some of these. Now, with 6.2 in Warlords coming out, I am kind of playing around on the PTR, and I am hoping that we get something interesting and engaging about the rares in Tanan Trungle. I'm holding out hope that these are endgame rares, and they'll be a little bit different. But so far, the philosophy of Warlords of Draenor has proven nothing to me in that standpoint. So that's why I have not done any rares guides for Warlords of Draenor, because I just don't feel like they have pushed the envelope In fact, I think they've gone completely backwards into kata. I mean, they drop gear and they don't have any achievements. Like I said, going to work on 6.2 and hope that there's something there that I can do something with. If nothing else, I'll keep you guys up to date. I will be doing a lot more frequent videos like this where it'll be commentary. I'll kind of give you updates as to what's going on in the PTR and all that sort of thing. I'm learning that I can't make every video to be a machinima or a guide because that just takes too long and I don't get anything to you guys. So hopefully you guys are okay with a video like this. Just kind of wanted to give you my opinion of rares in World of Warcraft up to this point and kind of give you an idea of what I feel is important about rares, what's engaging about rares. I'd like to see your opinion about what you think rares should be, if you guys agree with me in terms of making rares interesting by having achievements and other things attached to them that make them more pertinent than just a one and done kind of situation. And so yeah, anyway, thanks guys, I do appreciate your time, and hopefully you liked this video. If you did, of course, hit it thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks guys.